It involves students who have behavioral or learning disabilities. And there we have, at United Robotics, we are the first to bring STEM and the sport of High School Musical. What am I saying? High school student interested in STEM, also who are in extracurricular activities. So we have that, and then with the students, we are one-on-one with the students, and we work with them. And not only that, but we get them involved with all the activities that we have. And there's going to be a video here to show you. Mrs. Woman's not here, so I'll go over there.
My name is Matt Moore, and I am the robotics teacher at Mustang High School for the after-school robotics program. And this year, in our robotics program, we started Unified Robotics.
Unified to me means just reaching out to kids who don't want to be in Special Olympics and want to do something more, and they want to get involved but don't know what they want to do. So I think Unified really reaches out to those students who don't feel like they fit in and want to do something more.
Last year, I took a student to the World Championships in St. Louis, Missouri for FIRST Robotics, and there was a team there from the state of Washington that was making a presentation about a program they had that paired the students in their robotics team with students that have special needs to help build robotics so that everyone can enjoy robotics. And I just thought it was a fantastic idea.
At first, Mr. Moore asked me, and I was a little iffy about it because I really didn't know. I wasn't, I guess, experienced with their abilities and what their needs were. So I was looking forward to it, but I was a little nervous about it. But after I've gotten deeper into it, I really enjoyed it, and it was fun.
Unified, it was really fun, and I just like being able to play with the students and help them build robots.
To the principal here, Dr. Wilkerson at the high school, and asked her about getting a unified robotics program started at the high school. Dr. Wilkerson was very excited about it, and so she put me in contact with Sherry Miller, the Special Olympics coordinator for Mustang High School.
One, Unified Robotics has helped me see that in this school we have amazing students who are willing to accept others the way they are, and through diverse abilities and behaviors and different things that go along with it. We have a great group of kids that are accepting and that are inclusive to our students here.
We started the Unified Robotics program. It was very successful this year. The students that were involved all really enjoyed, both my students and her students really enjoyed the program.
Well, me and my team, we worked pretty hard. We were just building like a small Lego robot. We worked it like right out of a manual. It was pretty fun for us. I think the special needs students helped us more than we helped them. They gave us kind of a better experience of teamwork and a greater knowledge of the students and how to work with them.
So I mentored a girl named Casey. She was a lot of fun to work with, and our team name was Funny Bunnies, and unfortunately Funny Bunnies finished in second place. We would have liked it to be first place, but it was a lot of fun watching all of our robots like go at each other and try to knock each other out of the circle, and our students had a lot of fun watching them do that, and they were really proud of their accomplishments even though we only finished in second place.
And I thought, oh, this is a great way for us to give back. But then, as I saw the students working, I think that the students that are in our robotics program that's paired up with our special needs students, they really got a lot out of it, a lot of learning, just understanding like other people and where they come from, and so I think we got a lot out of it.
My students definitely benefit by feeling included and feeling an accomplishment that they were able to do something that everybody else does, and that would not necessarily be the norm of something for them to do, but something extraordinary outside of what their norm would be.
Okay, so you might be thinking why we want Unified Robotics, but here's Joey Daniel, there you are, to talk about motivation.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm Joey Daniels, and I'm a sophomore at Mustang High School. And before I start, I'm going to say a quote from Dean Kamen. First is more than robots. The robots are a vehicle for students to learn important life skills. Kids often come in not knowing what to expect of the program nor of themselves. They leave even after the first season with the vision, with confidence, and with a sense that they can create their own future. So first, it's important to realize that these students, they have either learning or behavior disabilities, but that doesn't make them any different from me or any of you, and that they're the exact same. We also need to realize that we're the future of all the companies and of the country, and that we need to take a step and use neurodiversity that basically means hiring students with some sort of ability, whether that be behavior or learning. Microsoft, for example, has hired several people with autism, and one of the vice presidents of worldwide operations, Mary Smith, Microsoft said Microsoft is stronger when we expand opportunity and we have a diverse workforce that represents our customers. And now I'm going to hand it off to Mr. Moore, who's going to talk to you how we came up with the idea.
I've already talked a lot on video, but the team that actually started the program out in Seattle, Washington was the Cyberknights. And Noelle Foster and her two daughters were the ones that came up with the idea originally. I think Delaney, one of her daughters, is the one that actually created the program, came up with the idea. Her sister had autism has autism, and really enjoyed all of the robotics things, all of the first robotics things that they would go to. But Delaney felt like, well, there needs to be something to include the students with special needs as well. And so that's how Delaney actually developed the program. And they started it last year and was very successful. This year they had quite a few teams in the state of Washington. They had, I think, a couple of teams in Texas that started programs as well. And then Mustang was the only team in Oklahoma that had a program last year. But one of the reasons why we're having this presentation is we enjoyed it so much, and we're so excited about the possibilities of inclusion and reaching out to these underserved populations or not served populations, that we wanted to spread the word and see if there were other students. We thought surely there are other students in other schools just like us that would like to do this program. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Ryan Lawson. He's going to talk about his own personal experiences.
Hi, like Mr. Moore said, I'm Ryan Lawson. I'm a senior at Mustang. And so our unified program, in it we had 6 inclusion students and 8 mainstream students. And it made up 4 different teams, with Funny Bunnies, the Nerd Herd, Iron Man, and Team Buzz. So each team made team buttons and team cheer to increase team spirit. And to fund our program, we had a grant from OG&E for $1,000, which we used to purchase 4 Lego Mindstorms EV3 kits and also 4 expansion packs. It turns out in Washington, they only allow the use of the base kits, but since we'd already received the expansion packs, we went ahead and used them. But in the future, we will only be using the base kits. So as you can see here, the playing field is a dry erase board with a 3-foot black ring. And so the goal of the sumo-style competition is to stay in the ring while pushing your opponent outside it. You have 2 different teams. They each put a robot in, and they try to push each other out. So we had 6 weeks to design, build, and program our robot, just like an FRC. And so completing the robot's nice, it's a great thing to do, but the real objectives of the program are learning and inclusion, not just building a robot. So at the end of our 6 weeks, the more experienced programmers helped the other teams, so we would all have working robots to compete with. And we had a robotics celebration party and competition where we had food and drinks, we invited all the parents, and we had a double elimination tournament. Yeah, Team Buzz. So yeah, the 4 different teams are Team Buzz, which the members that are here are Casey Cozart, and I think Patrick Esserbrooks is back there. And then we have Jacob Brickley. Yeah, Jacob Bricky. And then the Iron Man team was Joey Daniels, Alex Tiemann, and a couple of other inclusion students. The Nerd Herd was Tycee Dumas and Soraya Lawson. And Funny Bunnies was Casey Richardson, myself, and Sarah Kinman, who popped in here a while ago. So do any of you have anything you want to say about your experience in Unified?
Hi, I'm Alex, and I felt like I learned a lot of teamwork experience and a lot of people skills from it.
Hi, as Ryan said, I'm Soraya, and I think that Unified was just a really great opportunity, not only for the special need kids, but also for me, myself. I was also a part of FTC, if any of you know what that is. I was a part of that, and that one is more with, you build a robot with metal and screws and those types of things, and it was really fun for me to do it with Legos because it's a lot simpler and I just had to follow some instructions. And it was really fun, and I just loved working with Tycee and with Brock. He was the student assigned to us. And it was just really amazing to just watch his reaction, and he just loved what he was doing.
But I would like to say that I really enjoyed it just because seeing them smile and enjoying the time with just building the robots and knowing that they're having fun, it's just a great feeling to involve them into your life, and just getting them involved really is what I have to say. That's it.
I agree with those, and I'd like to add that one of the greatest skills you can develop to be effective in the workforce is collaboration, the ability to work with other people. And this really helps me to develop that because it helped me to see that all of us have strengths and all of us have skills that we can use to benefit ourselves and all of those around us. And as we learn to see that in others, then we can work with them a lot better. So now we'll turn the time over to Mrs. Miller to talk about the challenges we face in this program.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Miller, and I'm a special ed teacher and a Special Olympics coach. And just in the last couple of years, through Special Olympics, we started unified sports. And so we have unified soccer and unified basketball. So when Mr. Moore came to me about a unified robotics, it was a no-brainer. It was just the easiest thing. The difficulties, to talk about the challenges and the difficulties, probably the hardest thing in the beginning was just gaining the relationship between the two. And getting the robotic students to feel comfortable around the special needs students. And it's all just about education. And the more you're around them, the more you know how to act, you know how to interact with them and what to say to them, and what little quirks they have, and how to pull things out of them to get them to interact with you. Some of the important things for me as a special ed teacher was that they were included, and that anything we did, whether it was in the building of the robot, you know, there's strengths that each of them have, and they were able to have a part in that. And they weren't just sitting around and watching the robot be built. They were active and had an active part in that. And then also anytime we had like parties or get-togethers, or even just at the practice after school or whatever, that they were with their teammates and they were hanging out and getting to know each other more, and just always included in everything that was done. So as for myself, that was the big important part of this whole thing. Another challenge that we did see was that we had an instance where a robot was built a little too challenging and ended up having to tear down and start over. So, and I'm sure that's just part of it. Me not being in the robotics world, this was my first experience. I'm sure y'all might have experienced something like that, but that was definitely a challenge that I saw, that sometimes even using the kits and the instruction, the instruction manual had several different options. And of course, we wanted them to add to that and use their own creativity to make their robot better. But just the difficulty of it and making it simple enough that everyone could operate it and was able to be a part of that. So that's all I have.
All right, so I'm going to talk about the future goals that we have. So first of all, we know that there are other students out there who want to be involved or have the same vision that we do with this program. And we know that there are a lot of students out there who can go into their community or school and do something involved or within this program. So I'd also like to say that our first kickoff for 2017 is October 9th, and we are going to end around December 2nd or December 9th, depending on all the scheduling. October 9th is when we start, and then December 2nd or 9th, depending on the scheduling, is when the actual competition will be. So we, Mustang, will be the host for OKC area, but we also need someone for the Tulsa area. So if you want to be involved, you should be one of the hosts for the Tulsa area. And then we also have a website that needs to be created for this website, or not this website, but for this program. And if you'd like to help, you can join and help us. So do you guys have any questions?
I'm just curious, you had multiple, you had 14, so how many students on each team?
There was one. I think there was one team.
How many total students on each team?
Four.
4 on each team? 3 to 4?
Yeah, it depends on how many students, special needs students you have joined. So if there are less, then you would have less per team. But if there's a lot, then you would need more than.
We had 1 to 2 special needs students on each team.
That was your ratio? Okay.
Any other questions?
Is it strictly high school, or is it going down,
We're
like the progression?
right now we're doing high school, but
Okay.
we can.
We talked about the middle school as well.
I went to a special ed teacher, so this is very weird.
We did actually have a middle school student that came for a while, and then
But we talked about, I don't think it would be inappropriate
No.
for students at all.
Are there any rules or regulations about that?
I don't know.
Guidelines even? It's too good. I hear that.
Alrighty, is that it? And are we still doing the survey?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I can, if I can get your email information, maybe we can coordinate together. But the actual unified website from the state of Washington, I can get you that website as well. And that's where they will have the rules posted every year in case they change anything. I think they're pretty much going to keep it the same every year, but maybe change things slightly as needed. But you can find all the rules and the regulations and everything listed on that particular site.
Are you guys done? Okay, well, if you have any other further questions, you could, or want to be a participant or a host, or want to create the website or help create the website, you can ask us. This is Mr. Moore.